What's going on, guys? So today we have a 2023 Ford Raptor and we are going to upgrade the steering wheel to the carbon fiber one with the heated element. So right here is the Tesville carbon fiber steering wheel. The cool thing with this is now they're coming with the carbon fiber. Well, actually, I think you can order it with the carbon fiber piece around the airbag. And this isn't just a cover, it's a full-on piece of mold that actually has been carbon fiber coated. Let's get this installed. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a 10 millimeter. We're just going to pull the negative off the battery terminal. That way we don't get the airbag explosion in our face. The next thing we need to do is we need to get this airbag pulled out. So I'm going to use a size 3 Allen wrench. You don't actually have to use a 3. You can use about any size you want. You're just going to need a smaller one and it pops out in 2 minutes. Popping this airbag is actually pretty simple. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn your steering wheel to a 90-degree angle. Possibly. It's actually on the back side of the steering wheel that you're trying to get to. And I'll show you guys how to actually pop the airbag once it's off of this because I can't get the camera back here. Just to show you guys, I'm demonstrating how to take this airbag off from the back side because you can't really see it when it's inside the truck. So you're going to see these, a notch right here, a notch right here. Take this Allen wrench, and when you're in the truck, try to just feel for this little joist and keep it down on this like as hard as you can. And then once you get here, it's this little metal piece down in here that you're trying to pop over, basically inside. So once you basically bottom out, just kind of like, and you'll see that metal bracket just pushed in. So now you've released one side of the airbag, and you're going to do the exact same. Come down this joist, push in, and that'll release this side. Now that we've got it released, there is 3 plugs that we need to remove. Now that you guys have seen how to pop that airbag, let's go ahead and get your wheel straight because you're going to want to keep it straight throughout this process. The next 2 items that we need to take off is going to be the harness plug up here, the harness plug down here. I believe you can just literally use your finger and push this little piece right here. Okay. And we'll go ahead and we're going to take our T50 Torx and we're going to remove the main steering wheel bolt. All the controls and stuff like that, we're going to take it over to the workbench. We're going to swap it out up there so we can remove this and then steering wheel will come free. So now we should be able just to pull this off. This harness right here is going to stay onto the clock spring. So just pull it out and it's going to go right through that hole. We're going to go ahead and disassemble the factory steering wheel. So we're going to remove the paddle shifters, take all of our buttons. We're going to end up swapping it over to the new one. We won't be utilizing this plastic piece just because now we have the carbon fiber one. So let's just get these unplugged, which is the paddle shifters. And you should just be able to use just your fingers to get on the back side of it. And there's a little button you're going to push and that releases it. Now to get these paddle shifters off, it's just a T20 Torx. We've got the 4 T20s on the backside done, but in order to pop these, I came to the realization that there's another bolt under the button, so we need to get those removed before we go any further. We're going to remove this. So this red plug literally just slides off this little plastic bracket, and then I believe it is just 2 T20s that's holding this plastic bezel down. So there's a T20 right here that we need to remove, T20 over here. And then what I like to do is I like to grab one side of the steering wheel and just kind of pull on this plastic piece and I just kind of like wiggle it back and forth. You can see it's already popping. If you guys want, you can use like a plastic spudger. It comes in the box if it makes you feel a little more comfortable, but I think you just got to get it popped one spot and then it goes. Oh, there we go. Now we'll get these last T20s for the paddle shifters out. We've got basically everything disassembled. The last piece is this rubber piece, and this one might give you the most difficult time through this whole process, but that's during the reinstallation. Removing this is actually pretty simple. To remove this weight, all you're going to do is just use a screwdriver and just push the rubber pieces through the hole and just do that for all 4 of them. Next step is we're going to remove these buttons over to the carbon fiber piece. It is just a T8 is all you're going to need. And there's going to be 3 per side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just transfer this right over into the carbon fiber piece. We've got all 6 of those T8s removed. Literally, these just come off. You don't have to do nothing else. Grab our carbon fiber piece, put them back in their perspective little homes. Reinstall your T8s. Keep in mind when you guys are tightening these buttons down, they don't have to be crazy tight. Once you get to that point where it's just snug basically. Stop right there because you don't want to strip out any of the plastic. We already installed the weight that was on the bottom that we removed. We used a little oil to actually help get this pushed in, and then just use like a little precision screwdriver to push these nubs up through. It can be a little bit of a pain, but if you use a little like lubricant, or maybe if you don't have that, use like soapy water or something, just something to help kind of like, you know, be able to push it up through. Now we just need to go ahead and get everything reinstalled back to the carbon fiber steering wheel. So the first thing we're gonna make sure we do is our paddle shifter, since there's a bolt that needs to go in before we put on our buttons. Flip this back around. We just need to install the T20s that goes right here for the paddle shifters. And again, since you guys are tightening these into plastic, don't crank on these overly hard and strip it out. Now we'll take our carbon fiber piece with our buttons, get this reinstalled. And this goes on basically the same way the factory one came off. It kind of pushes in a little difficult. Just make sure when you guys reinstall this, you got your harnesses all ran where you need to be. So like this harness right up here, it needs to run behind this plastic piece that comes down that gets bolted down. So make sure the harnesses are tucked behind this on each side, and that all of these harnesses are out of the way and they're not going to get smashed into this. And you'll just go through and just kind of push this in, and you'll have to use a little force, but once you get it in, it's locked in place really good. With the carbon fiber trim piece all snapped into place, the main thing is these harnesses up top, make sure they're tucked behind the plastic piece like I said, otherwise it's going to prevent you from getting it snapped in all the way. So this thing is snapped in really good. It actually aligns up really, really good. So the last few things that we need to do is we need to just plug in our paddle shifters. Then the red plug, it just goes on this little plastic piece right here, just slides right on. The last thing we have to do is reinstall these T20s, which is for the carbon fiber piece. So it's up here and here. And we can go ahead and get this thing reinstalled back into the truck. Everything is all in place, ready to be installed. The buttons are good. We made sure none of those are actually sticking. We're also going to make sure we verify that those are good too when we actually plug them in, and make sure they're 100% good. So let's get this guy installed. Just make sure you keep your clock spring dead center. Take your harness, which is going to be for your airbag, get it through this top hole. We're just going to get the main bolt in place. Plug this harness in up top. Get this lower one, brown one, down in here. And the torque spec for the main steering wheel bolt, it's going to be 35 foot-pounds of torque. And that just leaves us with 2 airbag plugs. And then don't forget your red and black wire, which is for your horn. Teal one goes to the teal plug. The yellow goes to the yellow. We're just going through and we're checking all of the buttons. Everything is good, nothing's sticking, so she is good.